van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he has... What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores. Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for the for Border Network News. Excuse me, and America's Voice News. How's everybody doing? It's 7:47 over here in Tijuana, Mexico, on the 9th of June. This Wednesday, 9th of June. For everybody that is watching, how's everybody doing? God bless our country of Mexico and our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. Share this video as we are fighting censorship. Share this video. Share this video, please. Help us fight censorship, and also share this video. We're live at YouTube and we're live at Facebook. So help us out to share this video. Wow, man. These interviews that we have gotten this whole week and past week have been absolutely astonishing. And this interview that you guys are about to see, it is unbelievable. Again, the statements, not only the dangers of this woman from Honduras, that she migrated with her 3 kids. One of them has a deficiency, and also it has so many deficiencies, one of his child. And she migrated through the desert inside of the United States of America. And also, you know, say hello to Richard Vargas. Hello, brother. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. I need to talk to you later on, but I'm so happy for you. You don't even imagine. I send you a big hug, brother. Un abrazo gigante, mi Richard. And this is a situation which it is horrible, the journey that they're going through. This woman from Honduras, she went through the desert with 2 minors, her niece of 5 months of age, and her son in her arms. As you're going to hear this story, and please, before I start this live feed, I will not allow, for a second time, I will not allow denigrating comments and also, disrespectful comments. This is an informative, uh, an informative, live feed. So this is informative for you. There's a comment right here that I will address real quick. Lori Conway says, I have a question. Why is the USA giving so much money to Mexico to help its small businesses? Have you seen the homeless camps in Los Angeles? I will tell you why the capitalism of the United States of America, it is so implemented in Mexico, and they are making trillions and trillions out of US trade with your capitalism of exportation and importation in our country. Why? Do you know how much the United States of America is making out of their capitalist dollar in our country of Mexico? Do you know how much of exportation and importation of automobile industry the United States is making out of profit in our country of Mexico? Out of cheap man labor in our country of Mexico? I'm just saying. Do you know about that? Do you know a little bit of a story about that? Or do you know economically how the United States depends a lot in Mexico of their international trade? And ultimately how the borders of the United States of America depend a lot on the commerce that goes back and forth from Mexico. I'm not defending my country. I'm just being real. I'm being independent. I'm being in the middle. Non-biased. Want to talk statistics and numbers? Just, talking about commerce. Back to the subject. This interview, it is just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable, man. And it is more unbelievable that this interview that we are about to show, which we blurred, and I want to thank my manager, which she blurred she did a whole editing. But not only that, I want to say to people the journey that this woman has gone through, and not only that she almost got involved again. Another individual trying to impersonate an ICE agent, calling her number, which she only gave information to one organization, and this individual calling her number to impersonate an ICE agent. Again, the same situation again happening. These people are taking advantage of the situation of the migrants. This is the interview, which it was done by our colleague also, Ben Berquam of Real America's Boys News, and yours truly, Oscar L. Blue. I will not answer questions that they are not referring to this. At the end of the live feed, I will answer all your questions if you want to. But please be respectful to the live feed. Let's concentrate on this. This is the interview with with the migrant. It is an interview that around 12 minutes and some fraction. So you're going to hear part of it of the translation. If you cannot hear part of the translation, ultimately, you're going to hear our colleague on the background asking the questions, and myself ultimately also asking the questions. You actually can see that she's holding something in her chest, and that is his child, which the child suffers from some kind of deficiency, body deficiency. It is horrible. And the story is just unbelievable. Hear this story out, and you can understand how these, people, activists from the United States, also, infiltrated people, they are trying to take advantage of the cases like this, that they are the most vulnerable cases, and trying to take advantage with money. And we have the actual audio where the pastor Alberto, when she receives a phone call by this guy that is impersonating an ICE agent, and Pastor Alberto gets the phone call and he starts asking the guy, who are you? Are you an ICE agent? We already have a method. We already have a process with lawyers. Why are you calling? Why is your intentions? We already had a case of fraud with this kind of situation. We have that audio also that is comparable with this story. Welcome everybody that is watching. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. If you guys like to contribute and donate to our independent media reporting, thank you so much. We're live at Facebook and YouTube, and also my PayPal is on the description box. Thank you so much. Let's go to the interview, people. This is part 1. Listen to this.
To come. And actually, the pastor said she came with 7 kids. I mean, it's a difficult decision to make to do that. What was the incentive?
¿Qué fue lo que a usted la empujó a migrar? Dice que tiene, ¿cuántos hijos tiene?
4.
Cuatro hijos. ¿Qué fue lo que le empujó a usted a migrar hacia acá?
What was your number one purpose? Ben asked, what is your number one purpose and your incentive to migrate? How many kids you have? And she says 4.
Tuvimos un intento de violación y amenazas a muerte de parte de mi familia y ellos trabajan por el
¿Intento de
gobierno.
violación a quién?
A mi hija.
There was a threat and an intent of rape to her daughter in Honduras por el gobierno también.
La persona trabaja para el gobierno.
The person that intended to rape my daughter, he works for the government of Honduras. That's my reason for coming over here.
And now some of her family's in the United States, some of them are here. She was deported.
Alguna de su familia está en los Estados Unidos y alguna de su familia ya está aquí cuando ustedes la regresaron y la deportaron.
Quedaron 3 allá, mis 2 hijas y mi nieta.
¿Alcanzaron a entrar?
No, sí, entramos porque se perdieron ellas en el desierto cuando yo crucé. Y a nosotros nos regresan y a ellas los agarran migración.
Yes, 3 of them accomplished to cross to the United States. They crossed through the desert and they accomplished and they were captured by immigration officers and they are now in the United States.
But was she captured and sent back?
¿Pero usted la capturaron y la regresaron?
Sí.
¿Y a ellas no?
Como nos cruzamos, él como convulsiona por la enfermedad que él tiene. Mi hija y mi yerno se quedaron auxiliándome cuando él convulsionó y las niñas siguieron caminando. Cuando yo dije a buscarla, ya no las hallamos. Caminamos 3 horas, llegamos a un rancho, en el rancho llamaron migración nos regresó y de ellas no volvimos a saber nada hasta los 3 días que nos llamaron.
The other 3 people, son sus hijas, ¿verdad? Las otras 3 personas.
2 hijas y mi nieta.
So 2 of them are my daughters and one of them is my granddaughter. They walked through the desert. We did not know anything about them for 3 days. My son suffers from convulsions, from contractions. So we stayed in the desert with my son suffering contractions and we waited for help. Later on, we noticed that they are my daughters and my niece were in the detention center. They already been detained by immigration. They walked through a ranch and they asked for help.
But when was this? How long ago?
¿Hace cuánto fue esto?
El 3 de mayo.
3rd of May.
Un mes.
And then she was caught and then deported though?
Usted la detuvieron y la regresó, la deportaron.
Dicen que no es una deportación porque ni me metieron a las oficinas, solo me
They're saying
agarraron.
that it's not a deportation because they never put me through the process of deportation. They just returned me back.
But she was in the U.S.
Yes.
Right here or whereabouts?
¿En qué parte de los Estados Unidos usted?
Fue en la frontera de Coahuila, Texas.
¿Estaba en Texas usted ya entonces cuando la agarraron?
Sí, caminamos como 3 horas ya adentro.
We walked 3 hours in Texas.
Pero en el
we were
desierto.
in Texas, in the desert in Texas.
And how'd she get here?
¿Y cómo llegó hasta acá?
Porque me di cuenta que por aquí estaban entrando por medio de unas solicitudes. Y entonces me vine ya para acá para poder
because I heard that they were entering right here in the part of Tijuana through applications. Esas aplicaciones son las que ahora tienen la organización del otro lado. Son las que, those applications are the ones from el otro lado. Yes, those are the ones that they are pretty much everybody knows about.
How does she think that somebody, so she thinks this person's impersonating ICE, how does she think that they got her information?
Esta persona, ¿usted le ha dado su información personal a qué organización nada más le ha dado su información personal?
Bueno, nomás al otro lado y ahorita
Which
ellos que me
organization you
llamaron.
have given your personal information only to? And she's saying, nomás al otro lado?
Al otro lado y ahorita de ese número que me llamaron que pensé
That
que era.
only al otro lado I have given my personal information, and I just received a phone call, which we just noticed, of the person impersonating an ICE agent.
So the only way they could have got that information.
Because the last time that we did this kind of interview with another migrant, the migrant was saying that also the only organization that he and his family gave his personal information was to Al Otro Lado. According to the statements of Al Otro Lado, there's a lot of infiltrated activist individuals.
Does she think that they gave the information to this person?
¿Usted piensa que esta es su información personal pudo haber salido de esta organización de ahí, o piensa que alguien se la robó?
No tengo idea, porque el número es bien raro.
I don't have no idea because the number is really weird.
Right. So, but the only person she gave it to was Al Otro Lado.
Pero la única persona que usted le ha dado su información personal ha sido Al Otro Lado.
So they would have had to get it from them.
Entonces tendría que haber salido de ahí.
Somehow.
De alguna manera.
Ni idea.
No, I don't have no idea. We don't even have it either.
Wow. You don't even know. Wow. So what's she going to do now?
So this is part number 1 of the interview. This is part number 1 of the interview. Get to know this migrant. Her son suffers from some convulsions, and it's so my God, it's so sensitive, and it's so horrible. She migrated with 4 of her children, which she is practically saying that one of her children is hers, but it's her granddaughter. In the middle of the desert, as they were entering irregularly to the country of the United States, her son, the one that she's carrying in her arms, started suffering by contractions and convulsions. And it did not let her to say to her daughters, walk alone. One of her daughters, I believe that she's 17 and the other one is 15, and the granddaughter is 5 months old. So imagine, these are the situations that everybody thinks possibly unaccompanied minors are walking alone in the desert. We don't know the situation how it has been evolving in the whole process of migrating irregularly through a border. So this is part number 1. And ultimately, the question is asked, so you just received a phone call by somebody trying to impersonate an ICE agent? And she says, yes. She says, have you given your information to somebody else other than this organization by lawyers? And she says, no, that's the only, my personal information. The lawyers, these lawyers from this organization, they're the only ones that have my personal information. And even the pastor from the shelter says, not even us, we have her personal information. Not even the shelter has it. So somebody is stealing the personal information of the immigrants. Somebody is practically stealing the personal information from them to benefit from them or to commit fraud by impersonating an ICE agent. We already seen that in another case where they already created a link that it directs them to this kind of a page, which is the Department of Homeland Security seal, and somebody is acting as a ICE agent, which he is asking for $3,500, which they are asking to be deposited to a Western Union. which they are saying that that is the way for them to practically go and achieve the political asylum. It is unbelievable. This is part number 2 of the interview, as we get a little bit into the situation of how she migrated with unaccompanied minors, and also ultimately, we are going to show the picture of the phone number which they called, try to impersonate an ICE agent, and ultimately also we're going to show the audio of the pastor answering the guy that is trying to impersonate an ICE agent and trying to act as an ICE agent to the pastor, after the pastor has clearly put a statement to this guy, or whoever this person is. This person has stopped calling that number. So this is part number 2 of the interview.
Su caso es en particular muy especial. Tiene un niño con necesidades especiales.
Tiene microcefalia y parálisis cerebral.
Your case is a really special case. You have a special needs kid. She said he has microcefalia. Microcefalia
Y parálisis cerebral.
and brain paralysis. ¿Qué es lo que usted espera de los Estados Unidos en esta situación? What is your hope of the United States government in this situation right
Estoy esperando que me acepten mi solicitud que metimos por medio del abogado, que incluso el abogado me dijo que era un caso especial y que ya en estos días me llamaban.
We are waiting on the phone call from the lawyer, to be emphatic about it. The lawyer has been consistent on saying that this is a really special case, and that we have they're going to call us immediately during the week.
Where are her? Does she know where her children are? Are they still in?
¿Usted sabe dónde están sus hijos? ¿Están en el centro de detención de ICE o sabe dónde están?
Está en un albergue en Arizona.
They're in a shelter in Arizona. ¿Estos niños son menores de edad?
14, 17 y 4 meses.
Are these kids minors? Yes. 14, 14, 16 y?
14, 17 y 5 meses.
Oh my God. 14, 17, and 5 months.
That's the granddaughter?
Yeah, that's the granddaughter. So they were walking alone in the desert, a 14-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 5-month-old.
How much did they have to pay the cartels, the coyotes, along the way?
¿Pagaron ustedes a alguien para que los ayudara a cruzar por ese lugar?
No.
Did you pay somebody to cross to that particular part? He's saying no.
No.
Les tocó ver gente que pagaran cantidades grandes.
Sí.
Did you got to see people pay quantities, big quantities? ¿Cuánto fue lo que más escuchó que pagaron? How much was
Ahí
it?
pagan $500, $700.
$500, $700 in different cases.
How did she do it without doing that?
¿Cómo lo hizo usted entonces sin pagar entonces?
Porque como ya tenía yo aproximadamente unos 5 meses, ya miraba más o menos por dónde se
Because
podía
I
ir.
was there for almost 5 months, so I noticed how they were doing it. So,
So she tried to do it on her own?
Yeah, she did it on her own.
That's how they got lost?
Yes. Estos abogados le pidieron una fianza a su familia, los abogados estos que acaban de hablar.
Sí, le llamaron inmediatamente, me colgaron a mí, le llamaron a ella y le dijeron que sí, que yo podía entrar por 3 opciones. Una visa humanitaria, una solicitud de parol o podía salir con una fianza.
Permítame, entonces, déjame decirle. So I just asked, it's the same situation as last time, Ben, as we're discussing really. So I asked her, they just asked for a bond for your immigration process, and they just said yes. And they said that we applied for 3 different visas, a humanitarian visa. ¿Cuál es la otra visa? ¿La visa humanitaria?
Visa humanitaria, solicitud de parol o una fianza.
It's a parole solicitation or a bond. So these are the 3 options that we had. It is exactly the same case as the other case that we talked about before. That they stole $3,500. ¿Le dijeron la cantidad que querían pedir?
No. Solo le dijeron que si yo ingresaba y pedía la fianza, si ella la podía pagar, pero que era una fianza muy alta.
They told you about the quantity that they were asking you about, money that you were going to pay? No. They just told me that the bond was not going to be cheap. It was going to be something expensive.
And now are they contacting her family in America?
¿Ya les dio la información a ustedes, su familia en Estados Unidos?
A él, Pues yo le di el número y ellos le llamaron y le dijeron que si ella estaba en Mérida, ese era el domicilio de antes y el número de ahí. Pero ella no está ahí.
I gave them the number, but they called them and they told her if my family member was in Yucatan, Mérida, because that's the number that I gave them to, and my family member is not there anymore. So they were, yes, I gave them a number of a family member.
So they're trying to contact, is that what they're trying to do, to contact the family to get the money?
Están tratando de contactar a la familia para poder obtener, yo creo, el dinero, ¿no? Me imagino.
Me imagino que sí, porque me cortaron y le llamaron a ella inmediatamente.
Yeah, immediately, yes, I imagine myself, yes, because they immediately cut my phone call, then they called my family member immediately to see if they can help me out.
Do we have a name of this person?
Tenemos un nombre de esta persona. ¿Cómo se identifica el nombre que la estaba hablando? No sé.
No me dio nombre, solo me dijo que era un agente de migración de Estados Unidos.
No, they didn't give me no name. The only thing that they said it was an immigration officer. Es increíble, pastor. Otro caso más. It's another case, man. These people. ¿Se siente segura usted? Aquí en Tijuana, ¿siente segura que usted aquí en nuestra ciudad? Do you feel secure in our city?
Pues fíjese que por los momentos ya tengo casi un mes y sí me sentía bien, pero ahorita ya tengo miedo porque mandé hasta fotos. Mandé fotos de los dos niños, de mi yerno, mandé la...
¿A quién le mandó fotos?
Al número que supuestamente eran los agentes de...
So I'm afraid now because I send photos of my children to that number.
So this is the interview. This is part 2 of the interview. My God, sometimes I'm watching the comments on the live feed sometimes, and I am really surprised that at this particular juncture, after 3 years broadcasting, we still have the same incompetent responses as, why should America take care of it? First and foremost, it is not America. America is the continent. Let me correct you that. And it is the United States of America. First and foremost, let me correct you with that. And it is not the Americans or the United States citizens. It is your government that is actually exploiting this kind of situation. Ultimately, the globalists that are taking advantage of people. I have said multiple times, and it is really logical for people to understand, for God's sake. It is logical that they are using migrants as a product. It is the most lucrative business right now. Asylum and refugee, it is the most lucrative business in the world. It is so obvious for people to understand that these globalists, and ultimately, not only that, but the people that they are behind the globalist compact of immigration and they're supporting the United Nations, they are the ones that they are incentivizing these kind of situations to happen. If these organizations were stopped and these NGOs were to be stopped, believe me, we would not have these kind of influxes as a massive influx of migrants in our borders. It was not happening years and years before like this and a consistent factor. But no, these globalists are incentivizing consistently, and the elite and all these people that they are behind this, they are incentivizing for this to happen because they need money. And there's a lot of money that is going to be released. It's like the $4 billion that just Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are promising to Central America. They're not giving them to better the infrastructure of the borders and to protect border security and to protect and to attack the traffickers. No, they're giving the $4 billion and distributing the $4 billion to practically the NGOs. So what are your intentions? Is for this to continue, not to be stopped. So this, people, it is audio number 1. So as you heard, the migrant is saying, la, 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 somebody called me trying to impersonate an ICE agent, right? So this is the pastor. God bless the pastor's heart, man. This is Pastor Alberto. The migrant said to Pastor Alberto, hey, pastor, the agent is calling me. The agent is calling me. Pastor immediately said, oh, hell no. Let me get the phone right here. I'm going to talk to this guy. And Pastor Alberto gets immediately the phone and he starts recording with his phone. Actually, you cannot hear almost the voice of the other guy because he's recording with another phone, but he's trying to get the evidence that these people are actually consistently trying to take advantage of vulnerable situations of migrants. This is disgusting. And, you know, and this is actually what happened.
Hey, officer, what are you calling for? Okay, first of all, are you an officer from Homeland Security? Pardon me? Sí, ¿usted es un oficial de Homeland Security?
I am an asylum officer. I am an asylum officer. Have you guys ever heard that? Did you guys hear that? I am an asylum officer. That's what he says. So the pastor is saying, excuse me, are you, the pastor is asking him, are you an officer of the Department of Homeland Security? And then the guy says like, excuse me, I don't understand. I can't hear you. And then the pastor says, okay, you can understand me in English. I'm going to say it to you in Spanish. ¿Usted es un oficial de migración del Departamento de Homeland Security? Exactly the same question in English. And then he says, no, I am an asylum officer. What the hell? Asylum officer? Really? An asylum officer? So we got officers now for asylum? Have you guys ever heard that? Just click yes if you guys ever heard, or type yes if you guys ever heard of such a thing as an asylum officer. Let me return the audio so you can actually, let me see if you guys can hear it. But I can hear it. A lot of people are going to say the volume is too low, Oscar. I know that it's too low. But believe me, I will post this video and I will get a compilation of the photograph of the phone number in this video again. And actually, the migrant saying, hey, you know what? They're trying to take advantage of me. This is amazing. An asylum officer. So who are these people that they're trying to take advantage of migrants, man? Again? Listen to this. So the pastor confronts this man, and God bless the pastor, man, confronted this man on the phone call. Listen to this.
Okay, first of all, are you an officer from Homeland Security? Pardon me? Sí, ¿usted es un oficial de Homeland Security? Okay, from...
I am an asylum officer. Ay, sinvergüenza, cínicos. Son unos sinvergüenzas. Desgraciados. I am an asylum officer. Look at that. Isn't that really nice? And then he says, look what the pastor says.
Homeland Security in the United States, right? Okay. Which branch are you from? You're from the San Diego office. Okay. What is your supervisor's name there? Okay, Gloria Summers. Okay. Okay, I'm my name.
So for everybody that is watching right now, if you guys want to call the Department of Homeland Security because this guy is supposedly impersonating an officer and is saying that that this guy is an asylum officer, and the pastor says, "What branch are you on, or what branch are you from?" And he says, "From San Diego." So the pastor says, "Who is your supervisor?" And then he says, "Gloria Summers." So whoever wants to go and try to find out if this Gloria Summers exists in the branch of San Diego on the Department of Homeland Security, please tell Gloria that this guy is acting as an asylum officer. So this is pastor saying, right now, again, look what he says after.
My name is Albert. I am the director from the shelter, where I have a whole bunch of immigrants, and I have had a lot of officers from home that are claiming Homeland Security, and that they're not, and then they're asking money, and it has been a fraud. And I was told by a supervisor right there in San Isidro from San Diego office that you guys never call and you guys never do this. We always do this through attorneys that we have, but it's not on behalf of just officers from Homeland Security. Okay.
It was an interview. All of a sudden now it changed. All of a sudden now, she was telling before, and she was asking the migrant, and she was telling the migrant that there's 3 types of ways to enter. There's a bond, and there's this and this. And then now all of a sudden now the guy is saying, "Oh no, it was an interview. It was an interview." What do you mean it was an interview? It was an interview. It was nothing else. It was an interview. Look what he says right here in the last part, the pastor, and this 40-second clip of video. So the guy clearly now he doesn't know what to say as an asylum officer. And look what he says right here on the last part.
Okay. Well, we're doing this through attorneys, so we're gonna continue doing it through the attorneys. And anyway, I would tell the attorney to communicate directly with you and try to search you there. That you were the ones that were trying to see for the interview here, because we have had a lot of cases like this that. Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I understand that you just caught me red-handed. I understand. I really understand that you just caught me red-handed. I understand. So nobody is thinking about this. But let me just give you something. So this is the number. And thank you so much. Manager says we Googled and looked up the number and it's classified as dangerous on this page. So that is the link. If you guys want to go and check out this number, that is the number that actually, just for everybody to know, they have a photo of the seal of the Department of Homeland Security. Oh, God. So they have the seal of the Department of Homeland Security in their profile. And they have in the middle of the seal, on top of the Department of Homeland Security, it has the seal of ICE. There you go. ICE, baby. So there you go. So it has the seal of the Department of Homeland Security, and it has the ICE right there. Bah. So it is just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable the number of cases that we are watching under this situation. Now, the case of this migrant, oh my God, is so horrific what she has gone through. But it's ultimately it leads to all these irregularities at the border. All this, irregularities by nonprofits not being audited. All these irregularities by having globalistic organizations being free operating into the country without no law, without no restriction, without nobody telling them this is the process and you cannot do this and do that. All these free things to do, it leads to these kind of actions that people are trying to ask if they can, have interviews impersonating an ICE agent. All these this freedom to do whatever the hell they want, it leads to failure, to these, fraud that they're trying to commit and take advantage of the most vulnerable people. Again, taking advantage of the most vulnerable people. That the only thing that they want is to be safe. It's just amazing. It's just unbelievable how these activists, whatever infiltrated people that they are on this organization of lawyers or on these camps, these infiltrated people, they're taking advantage of the situation and making money, profit out of it. Ultimately, the NGOs are making a buck. Ay, mamacita linda, hasta arriba, hasta ribota. But these kind of individuals are like, oh, we can make money out of this, migrant camp, man. Hold on a minute. Don't push them away to a shelter. We got them right here. No. ¿Para qué los mandas a un albergue que aquí se queden, hombre? Tráete a los albergues de los diferentes. Y vamos a formar una organización aquí que se llame Casa de Luz. Oh, no, sí, pero si la están jugando perfecta. No. You guys are making a huge, making people believe all this kind of stuff. Bringing nonprofit organizations to the camps and making like, oh, no, don't go to the shelter. Make them stay over here. Why do you want to put them in a shelter? Make them stay over here. You can have your case right here resolved. Why you want to move to the shelter? Why you want to move to a shelter if you can be right here comfortable? And I got you right here. People are passing. ¿Pa que se van? Let's stay right here. También truchas. Inadmissible. And oh my God, he's creating hysteria at the border. And he is impersonating. He is acting like, oh my God. And he's inadmissible. And oh my God. Hysteria against Biden. And the philanthropist George Soros. Where's the tabloid writer, by the way? Yo, tabloid writer, where you at with these kind of things? You have no sensitivity. Oh my God, Oscar Blue should be prosecuted. Wow. Unbelievable. Again and again and again and again and again and another again. When is the government, and I hope that this new administration in Tijuana, that I heard, this is what I heard, somebody from somebody, that somebody from somebody, that this new administration is going to be real strict with these kind of migrant camps and real strict with these kind of activists that they're coming over here and taking advantage. And not only that, auditing these kind of places. Do we need that? Absolutely. Look at what has happened. Look what has happened. Impersonating an ICE agent. Wow. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in into the live feed. God bless everybody that is watching. My God, the comments sometimes are extremely harsh, man. Like I'm like looking at the comments and I'm like, whoa, oh my God, man. Like probably I don't know what you got on your heart, but God, man, some comments. But God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Oscar Blue. Buy me a coffee. It's on top of the link if you guys want to contribute to my independent reporting. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I will be having a really, nice video for you guys. Today, I went to a municipal city called Ensenada that is one of the most beautiful ports in our country of Mexico. And today I did a special of one particular place that is it was really well known back in the 90s and early 2000s, that is called El Mirador. And El Mirador is one particular place where it's a tourist spot, which it has been, canceled because it's private property, but the government can do something about it to contribute toward this, places, capitalist places that they were incentivizing, tourists to come. It can reactivate again. And it's such a beautiful place with a multi-million view, man. Multi-million view. And it is damaged and nobody is right there. So I want to read some comments from Buy Me a Coffee and thank the people. Thanks so much to Anonymous saying thank you for always bringing the truth with passion. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much to Miss Cindy or Cindy. Says, love your YouTube channel. Keep speaking the truth. Don't be afraid. Stand up for what is right. Thank you so much. Also, to Miss Joy Sydney, thank you for all you do. I appreciate you every day for your hard work. God bless you, Blue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Miss Patricia. Thank you for your unbiased reporting. Thank you so much. Thank you to Marilyn. I can't thank you enough for excellent reporting of your hard work. Thank you so much. Miss Nicholson also says, thank you, Oscar, for always bringing us the truth about what is happening at the other side of the border. God bless you and stay safe. Thank you so much. Gracias. Thank you to Leopoldo Alvarez. Thank you for reporting what so many others are turn a blind eye. Thank you for your reporting what so many others turn a blind onto. God bless. Thank you so much to Mr. J. Ray. Thank you for the truth. Miss Conway, thank you so much. Ultimately, thank you to Mr. Cristobal de la Sierra. Thank you so much. Viva Mexico, como no. And God bless you, sir, Mr. Cristobal, for your contribution. Thank you so much. Be sure to follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we are going to have an interview with a pastor that has a shelter in Tapachula. Also, thank you to Miss Janet Lance. Again, right now, Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Thank you so much. We're going to have an interview with a pastor from Tapachula that is the border that connects to Mexico. And the statement is this pastor from Tapachula that he has received multiple people from around the world because it's the door to Guatemala. This pastor says something extremely important for everybody. This pastor is so attached to his beliefs that he says this: the United States is a great country. He says that, but the law of the United States is attached to Christian and God's values. We need to respect that. A pastor from Mexico in Tapachula with the border to Guatemala said that. You don't want to miss that live feed. Tomorrow morning, we are going to have that interview that has so much information of this beautiful pastor that he's doing incredible humanitarian work, but ultimately he respects, the law of the United States of America by saying the law of the United States and immigration law, it is the law of God. It was made with God's values. Unbelievable statement. God bless you all. Have fun tonight. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, at every platform that exists. Also, follow Ben Bergquam from Real America's Voice News. Download the app at Roku.com. Also, you can follow Will Johnson at Unite America First, and let's talk about it. Follow Miss Sarah Carter, also at Fox News. And also, you can follow me as Oscar L. Blue. You can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, and Rumble. God bless you all. Stay safe. Viva México, y por siempre México, and God bless the United States of America. Stay safe, and like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always, your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.